This story comes from entitled customer goes nuts because we won't sell her my purse. I always know when it's going to get entitled in the title. We're going to go for some mad here. Anyway, for the last dozen years or so, I've been carrying this gorgeous vintage designer bag I found online. I think I bought it in 2010. I love it, and I will carry it until it falls apart. I get a ton of compliments on it, and it also caused this one crazy story. I spent 3 years working in an Ivy League college town, upscale clothing boutique that catered to wealthy college students, their parents, and tourists. We didn't sell anything like this bag, but I suppose I can see where it would have fit in with the things we did sell. One afternoon, I was getting ready to leave for my lunch break, and I had this vintage bag on the counter while I was putting my coat on. An expensively dressed woman who had just walked up to the counter picked up my bag and asked my coworker who was at the register how much it was. I walked over and politely took it from her and said it was my personal bag and it wasn't for sale. She literally snatched it out of my hands and went off on both of us. The bag was sitting on the counter. It had to be for sale. It was obviously much too fancy and expensive a bag for a retail loser to own. And oh, didn't we just wish we were Ivy League students like her precious babies? Which was actually funny because I didn't work there because I needed the money. I worked there as a favor to the owner, who was a friend of the family, basically as a fill-in for one of her full-time employees who had a chronic illness and called in sick a lot. It allowed her to keep the other worker rather than letting her go for someone more reliable. This entitled woman probably really would have flipped if I told her that my husband was a professor at our beloved Ivy League school and I could easily afford that bag, thank you very much. Sassy. This woman just kept screaming at us. She wanted that bag so badly, she absolutely refused to believe it belonged to me. She started screaming about wanting to see the manager or the owner and didn't believe my coworker when she informed the woman that she was the store manager. We finally told her if she didn't give me back my bag and leave the store, we were going to call the police. She refused. So, police were called. When the police got there, the entitled woman got even worse and doubled down on her particular form of insanity. She told them that it was her bag and she brought it in with her and that we were trying to steal it from her. The cop took the bag away from her and opened it up and dumped all the contents on the counter. My cell phone, which of course I knew the passcode to and she didn't, prescription medication bottles in my name, my checkbook, and everything else I carried on a daily basis. How she failed to recognize just from the weight of the bag that it had stuff in it, I don't know. You could see the fear creeping into her face as the cop came up with one item after another that proved the bag was mine. When he got to my wallet and pulled out what was clearly my license, the woman jerked away from the second cop who had a hand on her arm and pretty much ran out of the store. I kind of wish they'd gone after her, but apparently they didn't think the situation warranted it because they just asked if we considered it worth pursuing her and pressing charges. Sadly, in the moment, we didn't want to be bothered. We just wanted it to be over so we could go on with our day. I wish now that we had. She needed to be taught a lesson or be forced to get mental help. She wasn't the only crazy entitled customer we ever got, but she was one of the most memorable. This story, much love guys. My friend tried to kiss my partner for a TikTok challenge, but I'm the bad guy? One of my friends that I know ever since we were in high school, we are both 22 now, has started to take an interest in TikTok. She already has a big Instagram following, so she decided to try something new and participated in a few challenges. Our friend group was supportive of her decision, even though the opinions on TikTok as a whole vary from person to person, from liking the app to being indifferent to disliking it with a passion. Well, now I think my friend has crossed the line. I'm not sure I can forgive her. But just like the opinions on the app are different among our friend group, some of the girls are saying that she just participated in a challenge and I should chill out. This TikTok friend decided to kiss my boyfriend on camera as a kiss my friend and see their reaction challenge. She was always pretty close to my boyfriend, which I didn't mind since she's my friend and I trust my boyfriend to not get shady with my friends. My partner told me about what she tried to do right away. He literally sprinted out of her house and called me. He didn't know then it was for a challenge, but even when he learned about it from her, because she was calling us both to clear up the misunderstanding, he wasn't happy about that, and I don't blame him. I wasn't either. We both decided that it's better to cut her out of our lives, even if for a little while to cool down. My friend group is saying that while they can understand my boyfriend, they can't understand my reaction. That I should be grateful that my TikTok friend showed me how loyal my partner is to me through this experience. They've been making me out to be the bad guy for the past few days because I'm abandoning them and breaking girl code for a guy I don't know. I feel like I didn't need her to test my boyfriend, first of all. Second of all, as a friend, she just shouldn't throw herself at my partner. Third of all, she shouldn't throw herself at anyone that she knows has a significant other. That's just scummy in my book. But apparently, I'm in the minority with my opinion. I know my boundaries, so I guess I just turned to Reddit for some kind of confirmation, some advice on what to do, not only with my TikTok friend, but also with the whole friend group that's 6 years of history together. Part of me doesn't want to throw it away, but I'm just so disappointed and betrayed. Update. Your friend sees no problem with her behavior, especially the testing of your boyfriend and of your judgment. It's not like they were testing someone they caught cheating and showing you a video of it. If I was the boyfriend, I'd be pissed at this testing behavior and at violating my personal space for cheap likes. You will lose your friends, but seriously, are they really friends? So then OP comes in with an update and says, first of all, I want to say that I'm really thankful for all the comments I received under my previous post. I was kind of scared of the reaction I would get from Reddit, thinking most people would agree with my friends on this matter. I guess they really got to my head a little. Aside from my boyfriend, the only support that I've had was from Reddit. I've read through all the comments and messages I've gotten, which helped me a lot with understanding what I need to do. Before dropping the news to my former friend group about me wanting to go no contact with him, I decided to talk with my boyfriend once again. A lot of you pointed out, rightfully, that my TikTok ex-friend literally insulted him. I told my partner about my decision of cutting off the TikTok friend and anyone that's defending her, and I assured him that I will stand by him when he decides what he personally wanted to do with her. I showed in the post I've made because I wasn't sure if he even realized he was a victim of sexual assault, since my country is still stuck in this backward thinking that men can't be taken advantage of. My partner told me that he needs some time to think about the steps he would like to take against Exry, but first of all, he wants to make sure that she's not going to post a video that she took of them on her TikTok. Now to the fun part. I told my former friend group that I decided to no longer keep in touch with the TikTok friend and anyone that's on her side. I also added that my boyfriend does not consent to releasing the TikTok she has taken with him. A TikTok friend quickly responded that him not giving her consent doesn't matter, since it's a video not taken for commercial purposes. Other friends chimed in that she doesn't need her partner's consent to post a video of hers. We started to argue, with me saying that this is illegal and them saying that nobody cares. So now, aside from updating you all on what has happened since last time, I'm asking for final advice, not only for myself, but on my boyfriend's behalf. He already told me that if she does post the TikTok, he will deal with her, even if it means taking her to court over it, which I completely support. But our question is, would it be very petty of us to post my original story on our social media accounts while tagging my ex-friend? We do realize it's pretty childish, but at this point, we're thinking about taking our own little revenge on them since consent has no importance to them apparently. Would it be worth it?